All right, that's enough. Okay. So that was a little demonstration of me doing some cardio. That's how I get pumped up for these videos. So on a very serious note, this video we're going to be talking about 5 cardio workouts to help you lose body fat. So cardio, right? Good old cardio. I know I love cardio to a certain extent. It's a love-hate relationship. Same to you, right?
And I don't really like it.
Okay, I guess he doesn't like it. But today, yes, we do want to give you guys 5 good cardio workouts to, help lose body fat. And like I said, cardio has been around for centuries and it's not going anywhere. So I think the big misconception with cardio is that people overdo it sometimes with cardio and they kind of abuse it, right? Just like, with anything else, when they overeat and the lack of activity, same thing goes with, too much activity and too much cardio, right? That can become a vicious cycle. So also, just keep in mind too, when you are in a calorie deficit, when you are going through a dieting phase, cardio you don't have to absolutely do cardio, but it is a good suggestion to utilize as a tool. So notice I use that word very, very firmly, the word tool, right? So it's part of your tool belt. So just keep in mind that you have to strategically use cardio all throughout your dieting phase and you don't want to overdo it, okay? Because this is something that Chris and I have done in the past. I remember when I was doing, when I would do what's called dieting phases in the past, I didn't know any better, I didn't have as much knowledge. I would do so much cardio every single day, like literally I would say, what, about an hour?
He was a cardio bunny.
I literally was. I got to the gym, I did cardio, did weightlifting, I did some after.
Watch Netflix movies.
I did
series,
cardio.
Binge watching.
I did cardio before and after my workout. So long story short, I just really abused it, and it wasn't the right way to do it, because if I would have used it strategically and I used it as a tool as opposed to just abusing it, then I probably would have saved myself a lot of heartache and just a lot of cardio and time in the gym, on the elliptical, on the Stairmaster. So
probably got better results too.
Probably that too, yeah. And also too, we've worked with over 1,000 clients, so we've used cardio as a tool with all of our clients to help get them results, most importantly to help educate them on how to utilize cardio on their own when they're not working with us as well too.
All right, so let's get into the 5 cardio workouts to help you lose body fat. So as Eric kind of explained, we've done this, we've experimented with every single one of these 5. We've incorporated these into our clients' programs. They've had great success and results. We have worked with over 1,000 clients, so we know what we're talking about, we know what we're doing within this, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go down the list, talk a little bit about them, kind of give you an example of them, and after that, I want you to experiment with them, okay? So the first one is HIIT cardio, high intensity interval training, okay? So this form of cardio is very, very taxing. So I wouldn't recommend doing this more than 2 to 3 times a week. And it really depends on how many times a week you're doing weight training, right? So if you're weight training 5-6 days a week, I wouldn't be doing a HIIT 2 to 3 times a week. If you're doing weight training 2 to 3 times per week, then at the most I would do HIIT 2 to 3 times a week, because again, it's like almost like a workout pretty much. So what happens is it interferes with the weight training, the recovery process, the muscle growth process, the strength process, everything like that. So you want to use it sparingly. So with HIIT cardio, an example of that is just literally sprinting, or maybe doing some sprints on a bike, maybe doing some sprints on, even a treadmill, you could probably get away with it, and even some sprints on elliptical, okay? So good old sprints probably is definitely related to HIIT cardio. All right, want to move on to metabolic conditioning?
Absolutely. So metabolic conditioning is also known as some sort of circuit training, right? So it's pretty much like an upbeat circuit style, cardio workout, right? So you could, for an example, you could be doing some rope slams, you could be doing, some prowler pushes, you could be doing some push-ups. In between, you can be doing some jumping jacks, you can be doing the knee highs like I was doing earlier. So
barbell complex.
It's pretty much just like, an assortment of different, workouts that you do, but you do them in a cardio style fashion, to where it's just really upbeat, intense, just 15 to 30 second intervals to really just burn you out.
Yeah, and what I would do, I would recommend with metabolic conditioning, it's almost like, it's probably a little bit below high intensity interval training. It's not as intense, not as taxing, but you have to be very careful when you implement this into your weight training program as well too. So again, I wouldn't do this probably more than 2 to 3 times a week if you're doing weights, like maybe 2, 3, or 4 times a week, okay? So be very smart the way you program this. The next one, number 3, is HISS, high intensity, steady state cardio, okay? So I got this one from Lyle McDonald. I've been trying this out a little bit, have experimented a little bit with clients as well too. So this is almost a step up from moderate intensity, steady state cardio. So what you could do with this one is you can actually be on a treadmill, put the treadmill on maybe like a 4 to 5 incline. You can put the speed at 4 to 5. That's probably enough because you don't want to fall off the treadmill. You can do the bike level anywhere from like 5 to 6. It can be a very fast pedal. Whenever you do the high intensity steady state, it should be almost to the point where if Eric was right next to me like on a bike or elliptical and we're trying to have a conversation, then there's no way we're doing the intensity right, because we shouldn't be able to have a conversation within a high intensity steady state cardio session, okay? So that's what I recommend with this one. Try some other modalities as well too, so you see if it works out. But with that, I would say at the most, if you want to do this, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. You can do it a little bit more than HIIT, a little bit more than metabolic conditioning, because you can recover from it. But anything more than 3 to 4 times a week, I think it's overkill.
So the next one is MISS, so moderate intensity steady state cardio. That is probably right in between HISS and then right above LISS cardio, which is low intensity steady state. I'll go over that next. But that's right in between the sweet spot. So for that, for an example, let's say you were doing like an elliptical, you're walking an elliptical, you'd probably want to put the incline anywhere from 4 to 5 and then put the speed anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5, right? So you could still kind of engage in a conversation, but still you are pushing yourself a little bit more, but it's not to the point where you're just so exhausted, out of breath, but you're still expending more calories because intensity is a little bit higher. So with MISS cardio, I would say incorporate that maybe 4 to 5 times per week if you do want to go that route, but again, just don't overdo it on the intensity level when it comes to MISS.
All right, and the 5th and last one for the 5 cardio workouts to help you lose body fat is LISS. Low intensity steady state cardio. So
my favorite.
Yeah, it's a lazy man's cardio. So with this one, it's basically just like a nice little slow, brisk walk, even like a slow bike pedal, maybe just going like this really slowly, like on an elliptical. You could use a stair climber. There's a lot of things you can do with LISS because it's very low intensity, low impact, and you can get away with doing it a little bit more than MISS, HISS, metabolic conditioning, or HIIT cardio. So go ahead and do that. Probably even daily if you really want to. There's some good ways to benefit from this through like aerobic, cardiovascular type of health and recovery purposes as well too.
Absolutely. So that is the 5 cardio workouts to help you lose body fat. And if you guys want more information on that, if you guys want more in-depth, explanation on how to do that, even modalities, videos, you guys should check out our 8-week dynamic fitness masterclass. And that is pretty much an 8-week course where you do it yourself. We have over 50 videos on there. We have downloadable cheat sheets, templates on how to do all this cardio stuff, exercise, nutrition. We also have a private Facebook community in that course. And is there anything else I'm missing within that?
We touch on lifestyle, personal development, and mindset, which is cool. We don't just focus on training and nutrition. So you're building this whole holistic new self, not just the 6-pack on the exterior, but the 6-pack in the mind too. So check it out.
Absolutely. So if you want more information on that, guys, click the link below. And any questions, please let us know.
Talk to you guys soon.